Hey, Ronnie Low Life Coach here. I'm addressing today a little bit of, well, actually, a lot of what I addressed last week. The reason being is I talked to some people about it. I got some DMs, and even on a Zoom call, it was a little bit of a challenge. Like, really, Ronnie, you want us to look at our calendars and see where we waste our times? And how am I going to remember to do that? And if I'm already wasting my time, it's because I don't even realize it. So, how am I going to know to go to my anyway? So it's kind of like a more like, oh, really? It's exhausting to do one more thing to realize where I'm wasting my time so that I don't waste it. Yes, reclaim your time. So I get resistance on this. Why? Because it sounds like another task. And I get that. I totally get that. But in the end, you will reclaim time and be more productive. More productive. Now, here's where the resistance comes in. What I said last week, if you didn't watch it, and where I got some DMs, like, could you clarify that? Or they were just kind of going back and forth with me. And one I even got on a Zoom call with was that you go to your, okay, take it back. We waste a lot of time, little pockets of time. And that's where I get the resistance because it's like, really, I'm not wasting my time. I have a right to go to my Instagram or my TikTok or whatever it is and take a little mental break or to look at it. That's what it's for. And really, I'm busy all day. Why not spend a little time? I bring this up because my clients then, when we look at their productivity, or it's not even about time management, when we're looking at other areas of their life where they want to achieve a goal, it's always when time is the biggest thing, or they don't realize how they're going to incorporate yet another new habit. It's not about that. It's about making a habit by doing it with what you already do, and it becomes second nature. And it's part of who you are. So it's not another added thing. It just happens to be you. Because what we do on a consistent basis all the time are your habits. And that drives you. That literally identifies, describes, defines who you are because that's what you're doing every day. It may not be what you want to be doing, but it is what you're doing. So, what I proposed last week is something that was brought on to me a while ago. I think almost, well, I don't know, maybe 9 months ago. And I was a little hesitant, like, really? It's to reclaim your time. You've heard about it before, time blocking, look at where you spend your time, prioritize your time. At first, be able to pronounce it. But here's the thing. When you are about to do something that deviates you from what you're working on at the moment or doing or what you should be doing to accomplish something, then you just jot it down. That's it. Make a quick note of it. I mean, literally, boom, I just did it. You pick up a pen and you write down SM, social media, or TikTok, or IG, or Facebook, or laundry, or chore, or whatever it is that distracts you. You make a little note of it. You don't want to do that? Fine. Maybe just schedule a time at the end of the day or 5 o'clock before dinner or at the end of the day, but usually we're tired by the end of the day. So I say schedule a time, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Look at your calendar. Did I do that? Did I stop? Did I do something else? It might be hard to remember though. That's why I say do it on the spot. But okay, you might remember. And now you might think, yeah, but Ronnie, I already, this is what one person told me, I already know where I waste my time. I get up and I start doing other things. Have you ever heard of that? I got up to do this and I ended up opening this box and I ended up going through my pictures and then I ended up finding this and 5 hours later, like 5 things later, I forgot what I got up to do in the first place. Or you go in the kitchen just for one thing, you start wiping up things, and then you start decluttering your drawer, or you get on an email. Anyway, things that distract you. I get that. If right at the moment you catch yourself, oop, you keep a little notebook with you, perhaps, or maybe put it in your phone, or as soon as you get back to where you can jot it down, did this, that time, how long, how much of a time. I'm not saying don't do it. Do it. Go down that rabbit hole. Get on that social media. Start decluttering that drawer, or start doing your laundry, which you hadn't planned on anyway, or start folding those clothes, or whatever it is you do that distracts you. Start doing your nails or whatever that distracted you. Write down what time, how long it took you, because you will notice the blocks of time where it was a waste of time. We call them time suckers. And you might think, again, like one lady said, but we have a right to take a little break. Of course, you have a right. You should take breaks. And I paused because should, we really shouldn't say should. It's like you get to take breaks. It's good for you, obviously. But when I go with my clients through this, and when I had to do it, you start noticing what really are good breaks, mental breaks. And I'm not saying schedule your breaks. You can, you don't have to be that rigid, but worthwhile breaks. Of course, you have to go to the bathroom, get your water, take a stretch, stretch, maybe write in your journal, maybe look out the window for a little bit, whatever it is, take a little break. Of course, mental breaks are natural, normal, and healthy. But we start noticing when we do this, what really are healthy bathroom breaks, social breaks, healthy breaks, a colleague talks to you at the cubicle, whatever it is, good breaks, productive breaks, nice breaks, and time suckers. You really start noticing them. So there's a difference of kind of knowing where you waste your time and starting to write it down, jot it down really quickly. There is a difference between writing it down and then looking at it and just kind of knowing. That practice is really good. I didn't want to put in my contact today, so I'm going to read just a few notes and then we'll be through, but this is really important. The thing is, and I've talked about this before, there's a difference between giving yourself grace and making an excuse. Make it an excuse. Yeah, I was tired. I did this. I did that. Well, I had to get this done. Well, the laundry wasn't waiting. I had to fold the socks and this distracted me, but it was important. Usually, what distracts us, I'm not just talking about social media or something like that. Usually, what distracts us is important and it is productive. But there's busy productive and there's staying with that main goal. So, yes, there's a difference between grace and an excuse, and you start noticing it. And they start becoming little barriers. So, what I did when my coach put me through this, I think it was last August, what I did because I wasn't going to remember to write it down. And really my time suckers is I was actually working on something because I work at home. So when I'm not coaching, I'm on social media, writing something, writing a blog, writing an article, or writing content for marketing or studying. And what distracts me is when I go down rabbit holes and then I start researching more. And well, this is interesting. Well, what did he say about that? And what did she write about that? And do I agree? And I start going down rabbit holes and I go through the history of things. I wanted to go back way before Tiny Habits. I wanted to go back to Pavlov. I wanted to go back to somebody else. I actually found a scientist, a lady who wrote about habits in the 1800s. And they apply for today, the exact same science. So anyway, that's where I go. Those are my time suckers. What I did, because I wasn't going to remember to write it down, is fine. Go through like maybe an hour after an hour or 2 hours, look at my Google Calendar and put in, it was a burgundy, and we found it. We put in, what was it? Something about football, where we took a break or timeout. And it was the burgundy color because I color code everything. And I noticed what I really did because I have my Google Calendar filled with this and this, and I give my clients different colors, and purple is just for me for working out. But in this one, it was still free time because I didn't want to put it busy because it would interfere with my Calendly. But I put what I really did. It's like, what did I do in that hour? And I put what I really did as opposed to what I had blocked out to do. And I really started noticing where I wasted my time. Yes, I like to research, but then I started reclaiming a lot of that time. Like, okay, I can go back to it. I can go back to it. And I would. And now I don't go down the rabbit holes as much. And if I find something I really like, it's like I bookmark it, make a note of it. But that's where I found my time suckers. My other time suckers is I get up to do one thing and I end up doing busy chores. I mean, household chores, but that's because I work at home. And I realize many of you work in offices and corporations and other places, but there are time suckers there too. There are distractions there too. What we're talking about, let's say you have a project you're working on, like somebody was just talking to me about decluttering, or let's say you have a community project that you just want to get to, but You get distracted and life happens. You have, let's say, you're self-employed or you're an entrepreneur. So your main top goal this week, what's your main top goal today? What's your main top goal this month? But really, it goes down to what's my main top goal that I'm working at? Because we have a lot of things that are important. So how do you prioritize? Well, if you're an entrepreneur or self-employed, you you go to, and this is what I coach you in, so we won't get into that, but you choose the one main thing, no matter what. It's vital. Some people call it the Eisenhower matrix, or there are other things for it, Stephen Covey, um, old school. It's what's that one thing, no matter what, do or die, pick one that you really want to accomplish today. Now, let's say it's other things, a community project, a project at work. Pick the one main thing, stick to it, because we always have other things to do, and we always have phone calls to make and emails to do and texts to write and all that. But pick the one main thing, and you start noticing where those time suckers are, and you use those time blocks to do all those other important tasks. And then you can also prioritize by your mind is more alert in the morning for writing and for the important thinking stuff, analyzing stuff. Whether you say, well, I'm an afternoon person, I'm more creative then, it's been scientifically proven, and I can give you the resources where we are. Because I used to think I was a night person, and I kind of am, but that's more like having fun and being alert. I get my second wind. But your mind is more alert to be analytical and put that into your creative if you write or come up with something, or if you work with math or whatever it is in the morning, closer to where you woke up than in the afternoon. So the most important things, if you get that done in the morning, the other stuff where I'm going to say you don't have to be awake for it. No, I'm just kidding though. You don't have to think, sometimes I say. The other things can be taken care of in the afternoon. The tasks, the phone calls, all of those. So I invite you to seriously either find an activator, something that will prompt you to, oh, I'm time sucking. You don't even have to call it that. Put a distraction, whatever you want to call it, deviate. I like it time sucking. Where you do something else, and it's fine. Just write it down. Don't analyze it. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't do anything with it other than note it. Note it. Or schedule sometime during the day where you go back and look at it. It's like, what did I really do? Then get back to me. Because I've already started helping some of those people that were like, really? And started DMing me. And like I said, I got on a call with one person, and now I'm coaching her, because you really start to notice what you didn't notice before. There is a difference when you start taking data. That's all I'm saying. Just take the data. That's it. Don't judge it. Don't do anything with it. Just take the data. I invite you to try this week. That's why I wanted to come back to it, because that's where it starts. No matter what you want to accomplish. Now, I know there's also, you have to pick up the kids, or you have to go to the kids' soccer stuff, sports stuff. You have appointments, you have your own doctor's appointments, you have family stuff. Of course, all that is that you're going to do them anyway. So of course they take priority. But what I'm talking about is if you have a goal, whether it's a fitness goal, an exercise goal, there's a difference between saying, I want to get healthy. Okay, get detailed. What do you mean by healthy? What does that look like for you? What does that feel like for you? What are you thinking healthy? And then you really have to think about it. I want this, this, and this. I want to lower my cholesterol. I want to do this. I want to lose weight. Okay, how much weight and why? So it really gets down to the detail. And then you start developing a habit, one little tiny habit that starts progressing into another habit until it becomes really part of you. That's what I'm trying to get you to do, because that's what works. That's truly what works when you know more than the vagueness. Same thing with here, with your time. Get that detailed. What am I actually doing before planning? What am I going to do? What do I want to do? What do I have to do? Look at, what am I doing? That's it. That's it. Just data. All right. I'm Ronnie Lowe, life coach. I really appreciate the DMs I got last week, especially because they were challenging. And I thought I was going to get, oh, yeah, I'm really interested. Oh, I want to find out more. So I'm like, look, I already know. But something pinged in their brain that they wanted to ask me more about that in detail. That's why I'm back with that exact same topic today. All right. Have a fabulous rest of your day, fabulous rest of your week. Just start noticing, jot it down, or schedule a time during the week, or maybe during the day, where you go back and look, okay, where did I spend my time? or every hour, every 2 hours, really look at it. It's like, what did I really do? And then DM me or email me and share. Share what you're discovering or share that you are doing it or ask me to be your accountability partner to check in with me. All right. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Tuesday with a Tuesday tip. Ciao. I'm gonna put on my glasses so I can turn this off.